see you. My name is Lydia and this is New King. I'm going to be taking you through a shorter version of Dharma Yoga. So normally with Dharma Yoga, for those of you who may be familiar with it, it's generally 60 or 90 minutes longer, sometimes even longer than 90 minutes. But for those of us who may be a little bit short on time, or we just want a nice little taste of what Dharma Yoga is, I hope you enjoy the shorter version that I've put together for you. Dharma Yoga is essentially a devotional practice. So we envisage and visualize all beings around us receiving the benefits of our practice via our senses. So I hope you enjoy the journey that we're about to embark on today. Make sure you have your yoga straps readily available for you, and let's come and meet on the mat. Let's come and meet in a comfortable seat. Notice if you are hunching your shoulders, and if you are, make an effort to sit upright and tall. Closing down the eyes, just start to feel your body. Notice your thoughts. Be still. Join the hands to the center of the heart. Let's take a moment to offer our practice to someone we love or someone that we know who may be going through a difficult time. As much as you can, think of your practice as a devotional one and offer it to something beyond just for oneself. So it becomes an altruistic practice and a gift. Let's release the hands. And we're going to start with Pranayama. We will start with Kapalabhati, which is your skull shining breath. This is a very energetic type of breathing that we practice either at the start of your physical asana practice or in the morning. It's a cleansing technique as well. You want to feel your navel being drawn back towards your spine every time you exhale. So place that right hand on your belly. Take a breath in. Begin. Good. Continue in this way. Feel the exhalations really starting to contract your navel, pumping out that breath. Keep going. Very good, everyone. Relax your shoulders. Keep that breath. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Good. Let's take a breath in. Hold the breath. Draw the chin to the chest. Activate the throat lock. Activate your root lock. Lift the pelvic floor. And embrace the stillness. And fully exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. Return back to your normal breathing for a moment. Now let's stand up at the top of your mat. Bring your hands to the heart. We are going to open with a mantra of purification to create a safe space around us for our practice. Om apavitra pavitra va sarva vashtanga piva yaha smaritan rakasham sabaya bihendraha sucihi. Chandra Namaskar. Let's begin. Inhale, arms up, arching through the spine. Exhale, going forwards, Uttanasana. Place the hands down, step the right knee back, gaze up. Left foot back, high plank. Lower down onto the knees. Let's sit back onto the heels, child's pose. Glide forwards, Bhujangasana Cobra Pose. Take it back to your downward facing dog. Right foot forwards, drop the knee down, gaze up. Left foot forwards, Uttanasana. Lift the arms, option to arch through the spine. Pranayama, hands to the heart center. Arms up, arching through the spine. Go forwards, Uttanasana. Step your left knee back, gaze up. Right foot back to high plank. Lower down onto the knees, sit back onto your heels. Glide forwards for Bhujangasana Cobra. Take it the weight back, Child's Pose. Coming forwards again, Cobra. Shoulder blades together, and then take the weight back into Child's Pose. Coming forwards again, lifting the shoulders, Bhujangasana. Take the weight back, Child's Pose. Tuck the toes and then make your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Left foot forwards, gaze up. Right foot forwards, Uttanasana. Arms up, arching through the spine. Straight into that forward fold, Uttanasana. Step the right knee back. Place the hands on the thighs and take a few gentle pulses here to open your hip and the right quad. Bouncing up and down. Now interlace your fingers into Kali Mudra, crisscross the thumbs, index finger pointing up, and start to rock the shoulders from side to side, and then reach the fingertips back as you feel your whole chest lengthening. Place the palms down and step it back to plank, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Take it back, downward facing dog. Breathing here in that down dog, feel free to lengthen through the spine, pulsing up and down. Good. Right foot forwards, drop the back knee, untuck the toes, interlace your hands on the right thigh, and take a few gentle pulses here. Hands into Kali Mudra. Draw the arms up as you rock your shoulders from side to side, opening through the chest. And then reach your fingertips back. Lift and elevate through that heart central space. Gazing up. Place the hands down, step foot forwards, Uttanasana. Lift the arms up, arching through the spine. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms up, arching back. Go forwards, Uttanasana. Left knee back, untuck the toes, hands on the thigh again, gently pulsing up and down into the right hip. Very nice, guys. Interlace the fingers again into Kali Mudra, rock the shoulders from side to side. Maybe going a little bit deeper this time. If you can take a different arm variation, feel free to wrap the right hand over the left, palm to palm connects. Hands down, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out and draw those heels down to the mat, stretch through the arms. If it feels good, bend and extend the knees. Left foot forwards, drop the back knee, hands on the thighs. Take a few pulses here. Make sure you untuck the back toes. Reaching the fingertips back, rocking the shoulders if they still feel tight. You can take Kali Mudra or left palm over right this time. Feel the heels of your palms connect and reach your fingertips back. Lengthen the spine. Hands down, step the right foot forwards, Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift the arms up, arching through the spine. Hands to the heart. Place your hands on your lower back and step your feet hip width apart, we're going to come into standing Cobra as you bring those hips forwards and lean as far back as feels comfortable for you. That's it. Draw the shoulder blades together, and whenever you had enough, just lower down forwards, grab hold of your elbows and gently sway from right to left. Relax the shoulders, relax your breath. Second round, hands on the lower back again. Remember to shoot your hips, your pelvis forwards and lift the heart. Feel the expansion through the throat energy center. And then come forwards when you need a bit of a break. Maybe shaking that head yes or no. Really well done, everyone. Gently lifting yourself, uncurling the spine, roll the shoulders back. Bring your feet together at the front of the mat and join the hands to the center of the heart. Arms up, arching through the spine, diving all the way down to forward fold. Place the hands down. Lift the right leg up to the sky for your standing split variation. Feel free to wrap that left hand around the ankle and lift the leg a little higher if you want. Nice little gentle stretch, and then step back with the right knee. Kapinasana as you reach the arms up, open the chest, draw the fingertips back and open that heart space. Place the right hand to the center, come up onto the ball of the back foot as you look up to your left hand. Grab hold of your big toes, turn onto the edge of the back foot and go straight into Vashisthasana. If this is too much, just simply step the left foot over the right, coming into side plank, the classic format. From here, step that left foot back. You're going to come into wild thing or flip it over, potentially into full wheel if that is in your practice. Lift your heels off the floor and walk your hands to your feet or the feet to the hands. Beautiful work. And then from either wheel or wild thing, you're going to turn back, facing the left, meeting back in plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. Good. Right foot forwards, drop the back knee, reach the arms up, Kapinasana. Reach the fingertips back and feel your spine lengthening. Break the pose, left hand on the floor, lift your back leg off the mat and send the gaze up to your right hand. Option to bring the right foot back or Vashisthasana, 2-piece fingers around the big toe. Find your balance as you extend that leg all the way up to the sky. Keep your bottom foot, the sole of the foot, down to the ground. Drop the right leg behind you, wild thing as you reach the right hand back or take it into wheel pose. Keep trying to walk the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet. Breathing in and getting ready to exit the pose. You're going to turn onto the right side this time, meeting in plank. Slow chaturanga down, lifting on the inhale and pushing back to either a child's pose or a downward facing dog. Relax your breath. Remember to try and think of each of the postures as a gift and an offering. This should make things a lot more beautiful for you. Good. We're going to bend the knees, step or lightly hop to the front, lift your chest and fold. Elevate the arms. We're going to arch back all the way. Pranayama, hands to the heart. Arms up, arching through the spine. Coming all the way forwards, Uttanasana, forward fold. Place your hands down, step or jump back, Chaturanga. upward facing dog to your downward facing dog. From down dog, turn your left heel in, lift the right leg up to the sky. Option to bend the knee, so bring the knee to face up to the sky, and then walk that left hand to either grab hold of the left heel or pulling the right foot towards the side. Opening through the hip. Breathe. That's it. Left hand down, step the right foot forwards, coming up into Warrior One. Grab hold of your elbows behind your back, stabilize through the hips, and then folding forwards, first into Warrior Three, and then lifting that back leg a little higher as you fold the chest down to the ground, toppling tree. Keep pointing the back foot, releasing the chest, and then draw the hands to the center of chest. Right hand to the floor, look up to your left hand, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. If it's difficult to gaze up, keep looking down. You can take the bind if you want. Left hand grabs hold of the top foot. Keep pulling the foot towards you and split the legs wide open. Start to send the gaze down and step it straight back. Cartwheel the arms into a Warrior Two stance. That's it. Place the hands down, and then from here you're coming into Lizard Pose. Shift the weight forwards and backwards. Feel free to release down onto the forearms if you want to get a little bit deeper into the hips. If not, stay on the palms. Another variation is to bring the chest and chin down to the ground. Bring both your elbows out to the side and start with chest and chin push-ups. I find this helps open up my hips before taking that bind. So if you're taking the bind, the right hand wraps in front of your shin and the left hand goes behind your back to grab hold of the fingers. Left shoulder, chin, relaxed on the ground. Try and keep that right knee internally rotated as well. Break the pose, lift back up, and then from here, we're going to slide back into Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. You can remain here for those of you who have full splits in your practice. Feel free, use your blocks if you need to. Extend the right foot forwards and then sway. Take the body from right to left here, everyone. It's a nice way to kind of open up through your hamstrings and the hips as well. Any variation of splits, if you wish to take it, come onto the forearms. Chest and chin can lower all the way down to the ground like a pancake. You can even take your backbend variation where your left hand grabs hold of the foot and then take that King Pigeon Pose. Now we're going to slowly exit the pose, coming into Vashisthasana. Right hand grabs hold of the big toe, lifting all the way up. If not, just step that right foot on top of the left, classical side plank. Lifting the hips a little higher and drop the leg behind you, wild thing, or start to progress into wheel pose, lifting the heart. Balancing on the balls of your feet, maybe head comes down, lift the chest. Again, drop the crown of the head down, walk your hands back and lift. So in this way you get a little closer, good. Last one, head down, walk the hands an inch back, lift, tightest wheel possible. And then you're going to flip back to the right side, meeting back in your plank, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, and exhale. Good work, everyone. Turn the right heel in, lift the left leg up, down dog splits, or feel free to get into that psoas muscle. If you want to take the bind, it's your right hand grabbing hold of that top left foot, Or maybe you just keep the hands grabbing hold of the inside of your left, the right heel. Good. Place the hands down, step that left foot forwards, take it up into Warrior One. Interlace the hands behind the back, elbow to elbow, or reverse prayer. Shift the weight into Warrior Three, lifting the right leg up a little higher as you draw the chest down, Vrikshasana, toppling tree pose. Hands to the center of the chest, left hand down, start to reach that right arm up, stack the right hand directly above the left. Send your drishti up to the sky, feel free to take Chapasana, your bind if you would like. Split the legs and keep pulling the foot towards your shoulder, that's it, lifting higher, getting deep into the thigh. Break the pose, Warrior Two. Soften the shoulders. Lizard pose now, rock forwards and backwards, getting into that left hip. Feel free to lower down to the forearms or chest and chin comes down as you do those little push-ups. Your back knee can be on or off the mat, that's completely optional. Anything that works for you, just feel the practice, not just in your body, but in your mind as well. Be happy. If you're taking the bind, drop the chin down. Your left hand wraps underneath the thigh and the right hand goes behind the back. Breathe. Break the pose, release the hands. Come and sit back onto the right heel, half splits. You may remain here. Take your blocks if you need to. Those of you wishing to slide forwards, gently slide the foot forwards and start to rock your hips from side to side, Hanumanasana. By keeping your back toes tucked, this should hopefully remind you to try and keep those hips as square as possible. Any variation welcome, chest chin can lower or take the back bend or even twisting to the left side if you would like. That's it. Getting ready for Vashisthasana, right hand down, either stack the foot over the right foot or split the legs up. Full expression of the pose, Vashisthasana, keep leaning the foot back, lifting the hips, engaging through those obliques. Release the left foot behind you, wild thing, or transition into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Let's practice those push-ups if you want. Head down, walk the hands back, lift the chest. Again, crown of the head down, walk the hands back, lift the chest. Crown of the head down, final push, lifting up. That's it. And now we are going to turn out to the side, meeting back in plank pose. Vinyasa. Meeting back in your downward facing dog, wherever you are. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Relax the body fully. Bend the knees, step, jump, or hop to the front, lifting chest and fold. Lift the arms up, arching through the spine. Pranayama, hands to the heart. Just step back a tiny bit, and we're going to place the hands down to the ground to prepare yourself for crow pose. Bring the knees up into the armpits, shift the weight forwards, and then bring your big toes to touch. You can either stay in crow, or for those of you who wish to drop the head down, lift your feet up and come up into tripod headstand. Lifting the feet up as high as you can, elbows in. Now we're going to slowly pike the feet down, so bum forwards, toes pointing back. We're going to hold here for a moment or two. Elbows in, sending the weight back and jump it through Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and take it back into down dog. Take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Send the weight of your heels back and keep that breath long. Step the right foot forwards. We're going to open into Warrior One. Coming into Warrior Two. Place the right hand down onto the inside of the thigh, Ekapada Rajakapothanasana, side angle. For those of you who wish to bind, right hand wraps underneath the thigh and then grabbing hold of the fingertips behind you. Step the back foot forwards. We're going to lift up now into Bird of Paradise. Kicking up the right leg all the way up to the sky, standing leg straight, lifting the chest and breathing here. That's it. Now place the right foot down to the mat. Step the left foot back. We meet in side angle pose, looking up. And then we're going to exit the pose, bring the hands to the heart. Come into your Skandasana, your ninja pose. So bending into that right thigh. Extending your left foot, maybe dropping down and taking the bind if you wish. If not, come up and stay high. Really well done, everyone. Keep breathing into that hip. Going to lift yourself back up now. Place the hands down to the ground and then slide your feet out to the side for Samakonasana, box splits. If this is too much, then you just simply repeat that ninja pose. 5 breaths on the right side, 5 breaths on the left side. In Samakonasana, keep your feet flat on the mat. The edges of the feet are parallel, and then try and sink down. Good, let's walk our feet a little closer. Place your hands down to the mat, hands to the hips, and lift yourself back up. Interlace the fingers behind your back and pull the hand away from your sacrum. Nice little bound variation of your prasarita. Wide forward fold. Bring that crown of the head all the way down underneath your glutes. Very good. Let's take one more breath and then inhale, lift yourself back up. Going to transition to the front of the mat. Step it back to downward facing dog. Spreading the fingertips wide, maybe pulsing up and down so you can guide the top of the head or the forehead down to the mat. That's it. Left foot steps forwards, entering Warrior One. Transitioning now into Warrior Two. Reach the fingertips apart. Ekapada Rajakapothanasana, left hand on the inside, reach the right arm over and across. Feel free to bind if you would like to bind, left hand holding on to the right fingertips, wrist or forearm. Look forwards, step back foot forwards. Balancing on the right leg, start to kick up your left foot, rising into Bird of Paradise. Point the toes, find your balance. Drishti, the gaze is forwards. Release the left foot down. We meet back in side angle pose. Very good. Take a breath here. And then break the pose. Skandasana, ninja, sinking deep into that front thigh, gazing to the back. Maybe lowering down the glutes and go for the bind as you send your gaze up past the top shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. Nicely done, everyone. To exit the pose, you can use your hands to lift yourself back up. If not, use your mula bandha. Feet wide now parallel. Place your hands down to the ground. Hands grab hold of the shins, the calves, or the heels. Keep pulling your head down to the ground. That's it. Elbows out to the sides. Nice little forward fold here. Relax your neck and the spine. Let's lift up now. Place your hands in line with your feet and fold the top of the head down to the ground. Those of you who wish to pike up to tripod headstand, bring your feet out wide to a split, and then lift your toes all the way up to the sky, coming up headstand, Shirasana. That's it, pointing the toes, feel the lines of energy here, and we're going to slowly split the legs open. As you descend, flex the toes and release the heels down to the mat. Lift yourself up, place the hands down and step it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Beautiful practice, everyone. Keep that breath flowing. Relax your shoulders. Softening. Make your way to the front of the mat, folding forwards Uttanasana. Lift the arms up, arch the spine, hands to the heart center, Pranayama. Let us meet on all fours. Come into a nice comfortable position here as you stack the shoulders above the wrist and move through a few rounds of cat-cow just to warm up that spine. Good. Sinking the belly down, smiling your collarbones up to the sky, and then rounding your back, the chin comes to the chest. Let's meet back in a neutral spine. We're going to come into some back bending here. So right hand grabs hold of the right foot, start to kick up into your hand. This is one option you can take. Option 2, you take a strap, hook the strap around the foot, open palm grip, and then bring your elbows forwards as you come into this one-legged variation of bow pose here. Good. So it's going to be much easier if you have straps that are already bound rather than the long straps, because that way you've got some traction to work with. Let's break the pose. And then we are going to move across to the other side now. So left hand grabbing hold of your left foot. This is quite a tricky balance, so keep your gaze down to the floor. This should help you here. And then for those of you wanting to come into the bind, use your strap. The straps that I work with are the Mama Kuka yoga straps. And you can check out some of the other videos that I have on how to make use of these straps. They're excellent for backbending purposes. That's it. And then you're going to break the pose. We're going to meet back on all fours. Gently recline the glutes down to the heels. Take a breather in your child's pose. Relax your spine. Soften the breath. When you're ready, yogis, come and meet in a comfortable seat. Extending your legs forwards, reach the arms up. Fold belly on thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. 2-piece fingers can grab hold of your big toes and pull that chest down across the thighs. If it's too much, bend the knees, everyone. Good. Soften the shoulders. And now we are going to lie on our backs, bringing the feet all the way behind you, meeting in Plow Pose. Hands can support your back if the toes do not reach the mat. If they do, untuck your toes and interlace your fingers. Pushing the fists down into the ground, have a beautiful shoulder opening stretch. Place your hands on your back, lift your feet up to the sky, entering shoulder stand. Squeezing the thighs together. If you have lotus legs, feel free to enter Padmasana here. If you need to use your hand to bring that knee in, feel free to use the hands as well. If you're in lotus, you can also release the hands and place them directly in front of your knees. So you're just balancing on the shoulders. Release the hands on the lower back. If you had lotus, just extend the legs and we're going to drop back down into Bridge pose, so your hands are still supporting your lower back, and then lower all the way down to the ground. Feel free to hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Rocking from side to side if that feels good for you. Coming to open our hips now, everyone. Come to down dog when you're ready. Take a breather here. And then we're going to bring the right knee forwards, entering your pigeon pose for back bending. If there's a gap underneath your right glute, please slot a block or a little cushion to support and stabilize your pelvis. From here, you're going to grab hold of the left foot with the left hand. Option to bring the toes into the crease of the elbows and bind in easy pigeon pose. Those of you who would like to enter one leg king pigeon and go deeper, feel free to start to flip that grip. Use a strap if you need to. You can use one hand or both hands coming into Ekapada Rajakapothanasana. When you've had enough, feel free to slide that right foot forwards and relax your chest and your full head down to the ground. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. Let everything go with each out-breath. Imagine as though all your tiredness are sinking down to the ground. Good. We will now shortly enter chin stand. If you don't want to come up into chin stand, just stay in your downward facing dog. We will meet there in any case. If you are coming up into chin stand, lift your right leg up to the sky. Look forwards. Keep the elbows in, drop the chest down. You can stay here, or your left leg also lifts and you join the feet together at the top of the mat. Those of you who wish to take chin stand scorpion, start to bend the knees and bring the toes towards the direction of the head. Good. And then release, vinyasa through, and we're going to meet back very shortly and join everyone else in downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out as you bring that left knee forwards, coming into pigeon pose for back bending. Keep that strap next to you. You can also enter your one leg king pigeon variation using a strap if you want. So now your right hand is going to grab hold of the foot. Place it into the crease of the elbow for easy pigeon pose. Or loop the strap around the foot. If you don't need a strap, feel free to grab the foot on its own. And then start to enter into the full expression of one leg king pigeon. This is a very deep back bend, so try and make sure to move very slowly with the shoulder joint here. Good. Elbows into the ears, pointing upwards. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're done, break the pose and fold forwards into sleeping swan position. Rest your whole body here. Find that moment of stillness that you can just be quiet and completely still. Good. Let's lift ourselves back up. We are now going to enter chin stand. So remember, if you do not want to invert, just stay in your down dog, or you can also do one knee on the floor variation. like I'm demoing here. So in this case, right knee on the floor, just lift that left leg up and then lower the chest and the chin. This is a great way to prepare you for coming up into chin stand, keeping that leg lifted all the way. That's it. And break the pose, take a child's pose or downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Bend the knees, step or make your way to the front of the mat. Folding Uttanasana. Lift the arms up, arch the spine. Pranayama, hands to heart. Let's meet in a comfortable seat, everyone. We're going to come into Matsi Andrasana now for your spinal twist. Bring the left knee in, right foot outside of left thigh. Reach the left arm up and then twist. Look back past your right shoulder. Those of you who wish to bind, feel free to grab your fingertips underneath the thigh. Feel the detoxifying process happening through your organs in the belly. Feel tension releasing in the shoulders, in the neck. Break the pose. Swap to the other side. Left foot outside of right. Lift the right arm up. Gazing back past your left shoulder. Option to bind if you would like. Matsi Andrasana. Try and relax your shoulders, lift your spine tall. Always maintain that integrity of the spine with each inhale breath. Lengthen. And then we're going to break the pose. Sit on your bum. Squeeze your hands, squeeze your feet, squeeze your face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Lie on the floor. On the floor, squeeze your hands, squeeze your feet, squeeze your face. And exhale. Now entering your final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Feel the entire body sinking down to the ground. Feel the weight of your heels, so heavy as it melts down. The same with your calves and the thighs. Feel your entire spine relaxing. The shoulders are feeling very heavy. The same with your head. Nothing left for you to do except to be completely still. It is now the time to return back to that physical body. Deepen your breathing, introducing some movement to your fingers and the toes. Rock the neck from left to right. Stretch the arms over the head, maybe a big yawn. Find yourself lying on your favorite side and take a moment here in this semi-fetal position. Just be. Lift the body back up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, close the eyes, maintain the gaze on the inside. Join the hands to the heart. Take a moment to dedicate your practice to the happiness of all living beings. Every single living being, send the energies there. Join the hands to your third eye and then bow down to the earth. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your practice, yogis. Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining us in practice today. Nuki and I hope that you're feeling a little happier and lighter on the inside. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for additional yoga classes delivered directly to your inbox. In the meantime, stay safe, keep a happy mind and a happy heart. Thank you everyone. Namaste.